concept, of course, is we're swapping songs, which was something we stole from ourselves way back when we were 20.
And we invented the idea.
Of swapping songs with each other, yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
What songs do I wish to share with you today, Michael? Let's see here.
All of
Grab
them.
a sip of the water.
I'm having water. What you got over there?
That's just a
Seltzer.
A cold adult beverage, as the kids call it. The well, let's see. What's the song I wrote that I remember? No, I'm not playing that.
Dang it.
Yeah, I knew.
Eventually, though,
I
it'll
knew
come,
where he was
right?
going. One of these days.
Peyton has one wonderful song.
That you wrote half of.
I don't even remember. I don't take any credit for it.
No, this is a song I wrote in the late 90s. And
I remember those.
yes,
Uh-huh.
I was 17, 18, 19 around then. And pretty big on the scene was Dave Matthews. And there's a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs in Dave's songs. And I wanted to write something that at least sounded like it, even though it's nothing like it. So,
All right.
lost and found has found you yet again, rummaging through the garbage can, searching for the love you lost, searching for Jesus in a Cracker Jack box. Where did you go? 'Cause I'm lost without you. Well, where did you go? 'Cause I can't make it without you. She left Peter fried in the pan. No Tinkerbell, just had about all that she could stand. I'm flying away, boy, I ain't coming back. You gotta grow up sometime, Peter, and that's a fact. Where did you go? 'Cause I'm lost without you. But where did you go? 'Cause I can't make it without you. Where did you go?
I love that one.
Well,
I think I remember you're playing that for me on Ridgewood.
yeah?
Yeah. Well, maybe. I know it from that time period.
Well, I did write it in that time period, so
Yeah.
I would hope so.
So you would say that's inspired by Dave Matthews?
To some degree, sure.
Yeah.
Lyrically, I have no idea. I was just, well, some of the lyrics, I wrote the. I don't know. I started off with the line, "The lost and found has found you yet again." For some reason, that just sounded really cool, so I
Yes,
kept that. And that line about Jesus in a Cracker Jack box. The first guy to record me, his name was Colin Blackledge, and
Oh, me too.
he. Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And he suggested that lyric, and I just kept it and thought it was really cool. And I just rolled right along from there. I mean,
I don't know, have so many songs that you think might come from someplace, but they don't really. You know, I think I've said it before. You're the songwriter who writes words with meaning. I just write lyrics.
Well, they work out well for you. Let me tell you that.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love that one, and I always have. I can't play this next song without talking about Justin Townes Earl. That's Justin Townes Earl. For anybody who doesn't know, do you know who he is or was?
Yeah. I'm familiar.
Yeah, son of Steve Earle, and
You have a Steve Earle story, don't you?
I do. We'll say that for another day with a different song. But I
Okay.
do have a Steve Earle story. Other than that, you know, he's fantastic. I love him. I've got a funny little personal anecdote. But Justin Townes Earle is a singer-songwriter who is very unfortunately now deceased. And I discovered him because I was working at Best Buy. And it was, I wish I knew the year it came out. It was probably 2010 or something like that. His, not his first record, but his first major studio record came out. Second proper record, I guess, or I don't know, however you look at it. He had like an EP that came out that he recorded, like I think at like a friend's house or something, called Yuma, which is wonderful. And then he got signed and released his first record, and we were doing this thing at Best Buy where there'd be like a featured album that I'm sure, I mean, obviously the record company was paying for to have. And so at the checkout line, there's this little box with these CDs in it. And one week I was walking through the front lanes, and there was this kid looking at me, and the album cover was just captivating. It was wonderful looking. And I bought the record just because of the album cover, which is not something, I guess, well, I've done before, but not something, well, no, I don't know. I've done that before, sure. So I bought the CD.
What was that other album?
What was the other one?
You know,
The other one I bought just because of the cover?
Album, yeah.
Gillian Welch's Hell Among the Yearlings. She looks so stark and fierce and captivating on that cover. I bought that and fell in love with her. And the same with him. The name was cool. Justin Townes Earle. I knew Steve Earle. I knew Townes Van Zandt. I didn't know that it was Steve Earle's kid. I didn't know that there was actually a Townes Van Zandt connection. I just thought, Justin Townes Earle, that's a great name. And I honestly assumed it was a band name because it sounds made up. It sounds like I'm going to call my band Justin Townes Earle. I don't
after
know.
all these people are like,
Yeah. But it wasn't. It was his name because his dad's Steve Earle, and his dad was friends with Justin Townes Earle, or no, I'm sorry, with
I would hope so.
with Townes Van Zandt, and Justin knew Townes Van Zandt, and so his name's literally Justin Townes Earle, which is fantastic. And I bought that record and just became
enamored.
for a disciple for a bit. Like I was just wow. And every release he put out, I was just enthralled. And of course, I saw him live, and he was wonderful live. And one of the things that he was really well known for was Travis picking, right?
Yeah.
And then he had the melody in, which I still can't quite do. See, I mess it up. Anyways, so Travis picking was a big thing of his, but more important to me was the percussiveness of his right hand. Right, he's did this thing where he was always kind of slapping it, and I just fell in love with that kind of guitar playing. I also really liked his vocal delivery. I just became a big fan. Love this kind of thing, you know. But yeah, this thing he does, right? Which I just love so much, and I picked up on that really quickly, and have used it ever since. This next song is actually a song about. It began as kind of a retelling of my grandfather's story. My grandfather and my grandmother. And my grandfather grew up in West Virginia and developed kind of like the coal miner's lung or black lung. from that, and he served in World War II and whatever, but he died very young, 64 years old, and some part of that death was due to, being a kid growing up in West Virginia coal mine town and developing a little bit of that black lung. And so the song is called West Virginia Lung, and the first verse is specifically about him and her. Her name was Katie, and true story, he had her name tattooed on his arm. Anytime they would fight, he would rub it and be like, "I wish I never got this damn tattoo, Katie," and and then I make it about me, and then the rest of it's kind of a true story about my relationship with Shannon, and just kind of I don't know, that kind of even if you're in a relationship, that emptiness you can feel, that longing for something else, or maybe you didn't get it right, and that on some level, and even in a relationship that should be perfect and on paper looks perfect, maybe you're still scratching that tattoo, and thinking maybe you just got it all wrong. So that, coupled with a bit of that Justin Townes Earl kind of right hand, gave me West Virginia Lung. If it was okay, I'd like to play it for you.
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
Black smoke rising from your West Virginia lung. Your eyes like salvation drifting from your tongue. I tattooed your name and scratched it like an inch. I'll be scratching that vein every time it comes to the fix. And it's the dark before the sunset. It's the traffic light that don't change. It's the sound of your voice whispering in the rain. It's the prophet on the bar stool. It's the poet on the street. It's the way you close your eyes when you make love with me. And I don't mind when the second coming comes. I'll be fishing for redemption from these songs I have sung. I'll be holding you so tight, it's like we were in love. I'll be too drunk to notice my face buried in the rug. It's the dark before the sunset. It's the traffic light that don't change. It's the sound of your voice whispering in the rain. It's the prophet on the bar stool. It's the poet on the street. It's the way you close your eyes when you make love with me. It's the dark before the sunset. It's the traffic light that don't change. It's the sound of your voice whispering in the rain. It's the prophet on the bar stool. It's the poet on the street. It's the way you close your eyes when you make love with me. It's the way you close your eyes when you make love with me.
Always like that one.
Thank you. I messed up a little bit there at the ending.
Good
I think
job.
we'll let it go.
I didn't notice.
If you guys want to hear a better version, it's on the album Prophet on the Barstool by Michael C. Smith. Available on michaelcsmithmusic.com. Sweaty balls.
Oh, goodness.
Huh?
There you go with Saturday Night Live references.
It's my turn again, right?
That was your first one since you got it back? Then yes.
I think it's right. Is that right?
I can't remember. I think so.